make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? Clerk will call the roll, please.
Gilson,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Tauschek,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Maxdorf,
Yes.
Binder,
Yes.
Penkwitz.
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. Moving on to item 4, the audience portion where we have people sign in and be recognized by the chair, where you tell us what's in your mind, you do the talking, we do the listening. Tonight, no one signed up. We certainly do encourage people to do that. Moving on to item 5, no items were removed from the consent agenda. Moving on to item 6, oath of office and pinning ceremony, and I'll call on Chief Ruggles to take charge of this part of the council meeting. And Chief, pleasure's all yours.
All right. Good evening. Tonight it is my pleasure to introduce you to the newest member of the Plymouth Police Department, Dylan Lindsley. So Dylan, if you come forward and bring your partner there with you. So Dylan, some of you may have already heard Dylan's story if you were part of the Personnel and Finance Committee. Dylan was our next selection. I'll think there's a couple members of the PFC here tonight. They picked out Dylan as our next officer, assist us in the hiring process. Dylan comes to us from the Taylor County Sheriff's Office, just to the west here. He spent about a little over 5 years there, and a little bit of time at the Cornell, Wisconsin Police Department before that. He's also a veteran of the Wisconsin National Guard, where he performed over 6 years of service to our country. Dylan was Taylor County's K-9 officer at the time we selected him, and upon notifying them that he was resigning to join Plymouth, the sheriff was generous enough to offer us his partner as well, being that Dylan was the second handler for the K-9. K-9's name is Tier, and Tier is a 5-year now. Belgian Malinois. So he is a dual purpose trained K-9, which means he's both narcotics detection and apprehension tracking trained, the same as our current K-9 Fry. We have the only 2 such trained dogs in the county now. And so we're very excited about their capabilities and hopefully going to see them put to work here. So, but the sheriff had offered to us, because Dylan was already the second handler for a K-9, and the more handlers that a K-9 goes through, it starts to have some issues. They were concerned that Tier would not adapt well to a third handler, and offered us them. And through the Personnel and Finance Committee, we were able to make that work within our budget and bring both of them here to Plymouth, which we're very excited about. And it looks like Tier's kind of excited tonight too. So, so with that in mind, I'm going to ask Dylan's girlfriend, Kimberly, if she'll join us up here. And Anna, when you're ready, you're going to administer the oath, I think?
Yeah, you're on come down now.
Sure.
If you would, please. So after he does the oath, if you would do the honors of pinning them.
You can raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, you can state your name, do solemnly swear
I, Dylan Lindsley, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and faithfully discharge the duties of police officer
and faithfully discharge the duties of police officer
of the City of Plymouth to the best of my ability.
of the City of Plymouth to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
First of all, and then ceremoniously tonight, I'm going to ask that you pin your partner.
See how this goes.
Yeah, don't stick him. All right.
On behalf of the city, welcome to the city department, and we look forward to seeing you and your partner throughout the city, and we hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we ask a question?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I always wonder about this with canine dog. Is the dog with you on, when you're on duty and off duty also?
Yeah,
Okay,
so he comes home at night with
all
me.
right, so,
Our handlers are tasked with the care of the dog at all times, so they do everything from feeding him, grooming him, everything else, and taking him to vet appointments, all that. We provide the food, which is actually generously donated to us here in town, and then a kennel and things like that for his home thing. We went and did an inspection where Dylan's living and made sure it was fit for the dog, we do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, he's principally in charge of caring for his partner. So,
Good.
And then Lieutenant Permissing cares for our other kennel.
Good. Thank you very much. Welcome. An exciting addition to our department. Moving on to item 7, new business. The chair hereby announces a public hearing to be held at Common Council for Comp Plan Amendment rezoning on June 25th for parcel 592718279445. Moving on to item B, Chair will entertain a motion to approve certified survey map CSM for Lot 1, CSM Volume 24, page 313, Lot 1, CSM Volume 26, page 18, and part of the southwest quarter of the northwest quarter being located in the southwest quarter of the southwest quarter of the northwest quarter, Section 16, Township 15 North, Range 21 East, City of Plymouth, Sheboygan County, Wisconsin, more commonly known as 1 Persnickety Place. That would have been a whole lot easier.
I think so.
But you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'll ask our city administrator, Tim Blakeslee, to give us a brief comment on this. Tim?
Sure, and for anyone in the audience, please feel free. You're not welcome. Don't have to stay if you don't like to, but you're more than welcome to if you'd like. So this item is a CSM at 1 Persnickety Place, which is Sargento's primary manufacturing facility. This parcel does include a legal non-conforming office building known as the Lag Building, which is situated in the southwest portion of the parcel. This is outlined in orange in your staff memo. The Lag Building is considered legal non-conforming because it encroaches on the setback of the HI district to the north and to the west. To facilitate an addition to the Lag Building that Sargento is looking to complete, the structure needs to be brought into conforming zoning status. A CSM, a certified survey map, rezoning and comp plan update are going to be required. That rezone and comp plan update will be held on the June 11th Common Council meeting. Tonight is the CSM for the Lag Building at the Plan Commission on May 2nd, 2024. The Plan Commission did unanimously recommend the CSM as presented, which would create that Lot 2, which is outlined in orange. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Chair will entertain a motion so we can discuss.
I'll make a motion to approve the certified survey map as stated.
Second, Nelson?
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? As Tim said, this was passed at the Plan Commission, recommended for approval. Seeing no objection, clerk will call the roll, please.
Penquith,
Yes.
Binder,
Yes.
Mattsdorf. Yes. Herman,
Yes.
Gilson. Yes. Nelson,
Yes.
Towshek.
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. Moving on to item C, approve certified survey map CSM for a redivision of lots 2, 3, and outlot 1 CSM volume 26, page 263 to 265, the southeast quarter of the southeast quarter of southwest quarter of the southeast, section 25, town 15 north, range 21 east, City of Plymouth, Wisconsin, Sheboygan County, Wisconsin, more commonly known as Plymouth Cold Storage. Tim, I'll ask you to comment on that first, please.
Sure, so the City of Plymouth does own parcel ending in 056, created by CSM in 2014. In your memo, that is the portion outlined in yellow. Plymouth Cold Storage is looking to do a building expansion outlined, which for their building currently is outlined in blue, but they're looking to do a building expansion on the property to the south, which in your memo is outlined in orange. However, the proposed expansion did exceed the 50% lot coverage requirement. To comply with the zoning code's lot coverage requirement, they are requesting to purchase 70 feet of the parcel outlined in yellow. So following the direction of the council, the city did enter into an agreement with Plymouth Cold Storage for the sale of the property outlined in yellow. Approval of the CSM attached is one of the terms of the sale. So the final CSM will combine all portions, blue, orange, and yellow, into a single parcel, which included as attachment 1. And then again, at the Plan Commission on May 2nd, unanimously did recommend the CSM as presented.
Thank you. Chair will entertain a motion so we can discuss.
I'll approve the CSM as presented.
Second motion?
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? Clerk will call the roll, please.
Gilson.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Tauschek.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Mattsdorf.
Yes.
Binder.
Yes.
Penquitz.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Moving on to item D, approval of no-build zone easement with Plymouth Cold Storage. I'll ask our city administrator, Tim, to make a comment
Yeah,
on
so
this,
just a
please.
brief comment, and then I'll have Attorney Fieber just provide a little more information. So you should have a paper copy of the no-build easement in front of you. It was also emailed to you after the packet was released. So one of the other terms of the sale to Plymouth Cold Storage was a no-build zone easement on the yellow area. It ensures the area remains sort of a wetland drainage area. But I'll kind of turn it to over to Attorney Fieber to provide some specifics on the no-build easement.
Sure, thank you. So as we were looking at the property, one of the things that we have done is a title commitment that tells us what liens or encumbrances are already on the property. And so when we went through the process for this one, we identified that there was already a no-build easement on a portion of the property. Originally, when we talked about the offer to purchase, we talked about this in terms of a conservation easement. Conceptually, those are the same things that we're looking to accomplish, to leave this swath of land as it is now. And one of the reasons that we need to do that is because of the stormwater drainage in that area. Part of this land is encompassed within the stormwater drainage. There are wetlands in that area. And so we wanted to make sure that we weren't going to be creating any stormwater issues for surrounding properties by allowing there to be buildings or improvements constructed on this property. So what you have in front of you tonight is a no-build zone easement, and is basically saying that there shouldn't be buildings or other structures built on this parcel of property. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. The chair will entertain a motion so we can discuss.
I'll move that we approve the no-build zone easement with Plymouth Cold Storage.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? Clerk will call the roll, please.
Penquitz.
Yes.
Binder.
Yes.
Mattsdorf.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Tauschek.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Gilson.
Motion carried. Thank you. Next item, items plural, will be for different closed session items. So we'll be asking people to clear the room. And for Gary and Emmett, when we finish the closed session,